Welcome to Danceplaying, everyone. I'm Edward, and as always, with me is the brilliant Lily.
Thanks for having me back.
Today, we are going deep, deep, deep into the world of a man who, well, he needs no introduction, really. Elon Musk.
Well, he's everywhere these days.
The rocket man, the electric car guru.
The meme lord.
Yeah, to some, maybe even a bit of supervillain, right?
Yeah, you can't deny he's a polarizing figure.
Totally. Now, Lily, you and I have both spent quite a bit of time, reading up on Musk.
And then tons of biographies.
Articles, even some of his more colorful tweets.
It's been a journey.
And honestly, I have to admit, the more I learn about him, the more fascinating and kind of perplexing he becomes, you know?
Oh, he's a paradox for sure.
Like a man who dreams of colonizing Mars.
But can't resist a good Twitter spat.
Right. Someone who's revolutionized entire industries.
But seems to operate with this chaotic energy.
Almost impulsive, right?
Exactly.
And that's what we want to kind of unpack today, right? What is it that drives this man? You know, what shaped him into this force of nature that he is? I mean, is he truly a visionary?
Is he changing the world?
Or is he just this brilliant, eccentric billionaire playing with expensive toys?
It's the question everyone's asking.
Yeah, and to even begin to understand that,
We need to go back.
we got to go way back to the beginning.
Back to his childhood.
Yeah, to his childhood in Pretoria, South Africa.
It all starts there.
The sources paint a picture of a young Elon who was really deeply affected by his relationship with his father, Elon Musk.
It's so interesting how, these early family dynamics, especially with parents, can have such a lasting impact on someone's life.
Oh, absolutely. And from what we've read, Elon Musk was
a complex character himself, to say the least.
oh, yeah, successful engineer, but also someone who, was described as a bit of a rogue, right?
Definitely a bit of a rogue.
Yeah, and some of the stories about him are pretty wild.
Oh, tell me about it.
There's this one where Elon was severely bullied at school.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up in the hospital.
Oh, awful.
And, instead of, comforting him, Errol actually, berated him for, an hour,
No.
Called him, worthless and an idiot.
Oh.
I know, crazy, right?
That's so hard.
Stuff love taken to a whole other level.
And then there's that story about Errol claiming to have, found a mathematical solution to randomness.
Okay, I'm no mathematician, but that sounds...
It's a little out there.
Yeah, a little far-fetched, right?
Yeah. Rejecting the whole concept of chance, basically.
It's wild.
And then there's that other one, and this one's almost eerie, where Errol said he knew about a sci-fi character.
Way before Elon was even interested in space, right?
Yeah, named Elon, who, lived on Mars.
It's just strange.
I mean, coincidence?
I mean, maybe.
I think that's a little creepy, right?
It adds another layer to this already complicated father-son thing they had going on.
For sure.
So, growing up with this larger-than-life...
And totally unpredictable.
Totally unpredictable dad, right? It just makes you think about the impact that had on Elon, Did it foster his ambition, his drive to achieve these seemingly impossible things? Or did it contribute to that kind of abrasive personality he's known for?
It really does make you wonder about the nature versus nurture thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
But, even as a kid, he already had that drive.
Totally.
That I'll prove you wrong kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Walking across Pretoria when he was 5 years old.
Go to a party.
Yeah, after being told to stay home.
And then teaching himself programming.
At 13.
And creating his own video game blaster.
Yeah, and those aren't just signs of intelligence.
It's he doesn't accept limitations.
Exactly.
And that's something we see throughout his life, right? This refusal to accept the status quo.
To be told it can't be done.
And we definitely see it in his early ventures, with Zip2.
Oh, just...
Combining, online business directories with maps.
So ahead of its time?
Yeah, it was a novel concept back then, right?
Really?
Imagine trying to pitch that back in the day.
I mean, it was the early days of the internet.
We're going to put the yellow pages online, but with maps.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, I bet people looked at him like he had two heads,
Oh, I'm sure they did.
And actually, there's that great story about the president of the Toronto Star.
Oh, yeah. What did he do?
Threw the yellow pages at Elon's brother, Kimball.
He did not.
He did, to show just how ridiculous he thought the idea was.
Oh, the irony.
I know, right?
Talk about missing the boat.
Yeah, I bet that guy wishes he had invested in Zip2.
Big time.
But even back then, Elon's intensity and need for control, it caused friction.
He's definitely not known for being easygoing.
He was ousted from Zip2 before it was even sold.
Wow.
And that's a pattern that we'll see kind of repeat itself throughout his career.
I mean, it's classic Elon, right?
Yeah.
Brilliance, but with this need to be in control, to call all the shots.
Yeah, so then you have these two, most well-known ventures, right? SpaceX
And
Tesla. Talk about ambition.
It's like he went from emerald mines to blasting off into space and revolutionizing the auto industry, all in a few years.
I know, right? But before we get into all that,
We should talk about Elon's personal life.
yeah, I think it's crucial to understand the complexities of his relationships.
Because they seem to play a big role in his motivations, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially his first marriage.
Yeah, to Justine Musk, right?
Yes, it was really intense.
Intense love, but also deep sorrow.
Losing their first child.
Nevada, yeah.
That's got to be just unimaginable for any parent.
That's just heartbreaking.
And from what I've read, it really changed Elon.
Yeah, he reconnected with his dad.
Even though his brother Kimball had warned him about Errol.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? He sought comfort from his father despite all the past issues.
And even bought him a house.
Of all places.
But then, well,
things took a dark turn. When Errol fathered a child with his stepdaughter, who was, much younger than him.
Yeah, that was a scandal.
And led to Elon cutting ties completely.
Which, understandably so.
It's rough. It's a reminder that behind the, public persona, the visionary entrepreneur,
there's a real human being.
with a messy, complicated life.
Absolutely.
But it was within this, complex web of his personal life that the seeds of SpaceX were sown,
It's fascinating how these things are all connected.
I know. And even before he got into online payments with X.com, Elon was always fascinated with space exploration.
He even thought about sending a greenhouse to Mars, right?
Yeah, as a philanthropic mission.
It was called the Mars Oasis Project.
It's so Elon, right?
Thinking big, pushing the boundaries.
But then he went and contracted malaria.
During his travel.
And it was almost fatal.
Talk about facing your own mortality.
Seriously. It really shows his resilience, though,
Like this determination to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough.
Totally. But even with all that drive, the early days of SpaceX were rough.
Those first 3 launches of the Falcon 1 rocket
Were pretty spectacular failures.
Yeah, to put it mildly.
Imagine the pressure, right? The financial strain, the public scrutiny.
Most people would have given up.
Totally. But not Elon Musk.
He doesn't know the meaning of the word quit.
He doubled down, poured even more of his fortune into the company.
And he demanded these innovative solutions from his team.
Like cost-effective solutions, right?
Because rockets are not cheap.
And it's that refusal to accept failure.
That sets him apart.
It's like he sees setbacks as just challenges to be overcome.
Not reasons to quit.
And that drive led SpaceX to achieve what many thought was impossible.
Landing and reusing rockets.
Which totally changed the game.
For sure, it dramatically lowered the cost of space travel.
Yeah, opened up so many new possibilities for exploration,
And cemented SpaceX as a major player in the space industry.
Yeah, for sure.
But of course, while all this is happening, he's got his hands full with Tesla.
Yeah, facing clashes with the company's founder.
And trying to navigate this super complex world of building electric cars from scratch.
It's like he's juggling multiple moonshots at the same time.
It's incredible, really.
And we're just scratching the surface here.
There's so much more to unpack.
We'll be back with more on the enigmatic Elon Musk right after a short break. So 3 failed launches in a row. I mean,
You gotta think that would be enough to make most people pack it in.
give up on their dream, right?
Exactly, but not Elon. Right.
He seems to, thrive on proving people wrong.
Defying expectation.
And those setbacks almost fueled him even more.
Yeah, he doubled down, poured more money into SpaceX.
Pushed his team even harder to find, these innovative solutions.
Solutions that most people thought were impossible.
And I think that's where his engineering genius really comes into play.
Oh, absolutely. He can just grasp these complex technical concepts,
Yeah, and find ways to make things work, but, way cheaper.
way cheaper, yeah.
He's kind of notorious for challenging suppliers, right?
Yeah.
Make it in-house.
Yeah, we can do it better ourselves.
Didn't he, tell his team to build a rocket valve?
Yeah, for a fraction of what the supplier wanted.
A tiny fraction.
There's that famous story about a valve that a supplier quoted at $250,000.
$250,000 for a valve.
I know, it's crazy, right?
It's insane.
And Elon was just like, nope, we're not paying that.
And his engineers built it themselves for what, like $3,900?
Yeah, something like that.
It's incredible, right?
It really shows you the power of thinking differently.
Totally. It's that refusal to accept the status quo.
And it just like permeates the whole culture at SpaceX.
So they go from almost bankrupt
To landing and reusing rockets. I mean, come on.
It's a pretty remarkable turnaround.
Talk about a comeback story.
What do you think are like the key factors that led to that success, with SpaceX?
Well, I think, first it's Elon's vision, right?
His audacious goal of like making humanity a multiplanetary species.
It's like he gave them a mission. That went beyond just building rockets.
They were working towards something much bigger.
They were part of something that could change the world, even history.
And he wasn't afraid to take those risks.
To challenge the way things had always been done.
Okay, so we talked about SpaceX and this drive to, like, conquer space.
It's amazing.
Let's switch gears and talk about Tesla.
Okay, sure.
How did he even go from rockets to electric cars, right?
Well, his interest in electric vehicles actually started way before Tesla.
Oh, yeah. Remember those internships he did in college?
Yeah, focusing on both electric vehicles and video games.
It's kind of crazy how, like, those internships kind of foreshadowed both SpaceX and Tesla.
It's true. It's like those early experiences planted the seeds for his future endeavors.
So what happened with Tesla? How did that all start?
Well, his entry into Tesla wasn't exactly smooth sailing.
What happened?
There were clashes with the company's founder, Martin Eberhard.
Over, like, design decisions.
Yeah, and also, who was really in control of the company.
It seems like power struggles are kind of a recurring theme with Elon, right?
You're not wrong.
So he has a strong personality.
Yeah, and a very clear vision for how things should be done.
And that can, obviously lead to friction.
Especially in a high-pressure environment like Tesla.
Right, so how did he end up taking over Tesla then?
Well, there were some serious issues.
Production problems.
Yeah, with the Roadster, the first car they were producing.
Financial challenges, I imagine.
Oh, big time. The company was on the verge of bankruptcy.
And internal drama on top of all that.
Startup life can be messy.
But Elon, like always, was just determined to make it work.
And he did, against all odds.
Tesla is now one of the most valuable car companies in the world.
It's incredible, and Elon's the richest man on the planet.
Yeah.
A true rags to riches story.
It's an amazing success story, but it's not without its controversies, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
His impulsiveness, his, let's say, eccentric behavior online.
And his run-ins with regulators.
It's all made headlines.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's always in the news for something.
Yeah, and then there's the whole Twitter saga.
Like a roller coaster.
Buying Twitter, the layoffs, all the policy changes.
It's been a whirlwind.
It really has.
The Twitter takeover just shows both, like, the best and worst of Elon all at once.
Yeah, his impulsiveness.
Yeah.
His need for control and his, like, total disregard for the way things are usually done.
It's all there for everyone to see.
And I remember those stories about him showing up at Twitter headquarters unannounced, sleeping on the floor, demanding these, like, rapid changes.
It's classic Elon, right?
Totally.
He just operates on a different timeline than most people.
He wants things to happen now, and if they don't...
He gets frustrated.
And his vision for Twitter, right.
To make it, what did he call it, a digital town square?
Yeah, a platform for free speech. It's ambitious.
It's incredibly ambitious. How do you even define free speech in the digital age?
Right, like there's content moderation.
Right.
The whole issue of hate speech.
The spread of misinformation.
Yeah, it's a minefield, and I honestly don't know how he's going to handle it all.
It's going to be interesting to watch, that's for sure.
And then on top of all that, you have his focus on Tesla's self-driving capabilities.
Oh, right, his vision for this robotaxi future.
It's like he's trying to revolutionize transportation, too.
Yeah, imagine a world where cars drive themselves.
Robotaxis everywhere.
It's futuristic and a little scary at the same time, right?
Yeah, for sure. But it's a bold vision.
Like everything Elon does.
We've covered a lot here.
His childhood, SpaceX, Tesla, Twitter.
So what's the takeaway?
Well, I think it's clear that Elon Musk is,
a complicated guy.
Yeah, a contradictory figure.
He's a visionary entrepreneur.
An innovator who doesn't take no for an answer.
But also, like, a disruptor who kind of creates chaos wherever he goes.
Yeah, he definitely ruffles some feathers along the way.
So is he a force for good? Or is he, more of a chaotic force?
I think it depends who you ask.
Maybe he's a bit of both.
Probably a bit of both.
We've covered a lot of ground with Elon, haven't we?
Yeah, from his childhood in South Africa to these, like, huge ventures.
SpaceX, Tesla, Twitter.
Yeah, and they're literally reshaping the world as we know it.
It's been so fascinating to dig into all the layers of his personality.
The drive, the ambition, even the flaws.
The contradictions.
Which all make him such a unique and polarizing figure.
Okay, so we talked about SpaceX and Tesla, that chaotic management style.
That Twitter takeover.
But there's even more to unpack, right?
Oh yeah, we haven't even mentioned the Boring Company yet.
Oh yeah, his vision for underground transportation networks.
And Neuralink.
Merging human brains with AI.
It's mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah, and those ventures, even though they're still early stages.
They really show how willing he is to tackle those almost impossible challenges.
Doesn't shy away from anything, right?
Not at all. It's like he sees the world as this giant puzzle to be solved.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to break a few pieces along the way.
Break a few pieces, shake things up.
But that's kind of what gets him into trouble sometimes, right?
Oh yeah.
That impulsive nature. His tendency to maybe overpromise a little bit.
His clashes with regulators.
Yeah, didn't he launch a SpaceX rocket?
Despite objections from the FAA.
Yeah, because of weather concerns.
He was basically yeah, thanks for the advice, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, bold move, but risky, right?
Incredibly risky.
And I mean, that funding-secured tweet about taking Tesla private.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
That didn't go over so well with the SEC.
Not at all.
And then there's that whole Twitter acquisition. I mean, what a whirlwind.
Layoffs, policy changes, chaos.
It really seemed to exemplify Elon's approach to business, right?
Move fast and break things.
And figure it out later.
Exactly. He's not afraid to disrupt things, to make waves.
Remember those stories about him sleeping at Twitter headquarters?
Demanding these, immediate changes.
And that whole, middle-of-the-night server relocation.
From Sacramento to Portland?
It sounds crazy, but it's also, so Elon, right?
Totally. He's relentless, driven.
He'll do whatever it takes to get things done.
So, after all this, what's the verdict then?
Is Elon Musk a hero? Is he a villain? Or somewhere in between?
It's a question that, everyone's asking.
Yeah, and there's probably no easy answer.
I mean, he's so complex, right? He's a visionary, a genius.
Yeah, but also, a disruptor, a narcissist, some even say a bully.
It's all part of the Elon Musk package.
But one thing is for sure, he is
a force to be reckoned with.
And his story is far from over, right?
Oh, he's just getting started.
And the thing that I find so interesting about him is that he seems to be, aware of his flaws.
He even jokes about them.
Yeah, I remember that comment about being molded out of faults.
It's like he's saying, this is who I am, deal with it.
Yeah, and that's what makes him so compelling to watch,
He's authentic, even if it rubs people the wrong way.
So what's next for Elon? What challenges will he take on, all right?
Right.
What boundaries is he going to push next?
Who knows, but it's going to be a wild ride, that's for sure.
It really has been an interesting deep dive into the world of Elon Musk.
A man who truly embodies all the contradictions of our time.
We've explored his successes, his failures, his, brilliance.
And all those flaws and the impact that he's having on the world.
If you want to learn more about Elon Musk, his companies, and all the things that we've talked about today,
be sure to visit our website, www.dansplain.xyz.
You'll find tons of articles, updates, and even some exclusive Dansplain merch.
That'll definitely spark some conversations.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Elon Musk, listeners.
See you next time.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep Dansplaining the world around you.